TOMz.
Science and technology.
Then I get TOMz Roger on Mzansi's #1 channel, SABC 1 Mzansi for sure.
Now we're trying to need book buses as the cotton plan. You are Carlos one of Nake Gamma Wongsipo.
Again, we'll see again. I'm trying to set. We are giving you what you already expect of TOMz as we go right into the world of processing materials.
Now we're trying to see in the 21st century, Apple mankind has made tools and materials to make life simple and convenient.
Now, many, if not all, of us were born into the world of processed tools and materials.
But how exactly did it come into existence? But more importantly, how exactly does it work?
Well, those are just some of the questions that we're swapendulaga namhlanje ohlelweni lethu. So if you are in the mood to get enlightened, then stay tuned.
Coming up on TOMz.
Plastic is one of the most processed materials. So plastic will not win to guys.
Sit down with the guys at CPT and see how they make sure that plastic products are of a high enough standard for you and I.
Wonder what other really cool materials that the geniuses of the world have come up with.
So find out all about the evolution of material processing.
Check out some awesome apps for your mobile device.
Let's
get it.
Now, plastic is one of those heavily processed materials.
Not only that, but it's one of those materials literally used in almost every industry.
How it was made, but
what do you think plastic is made out of?
Plastic?
Yeah.
Yo.
I think from a bottle and steels.
Plastic, plastic.
And what do you think is the most strongest material?
Steel.
I mean, I think it's wood because it's in this part, it's made of wood.
Intim.
Why intim?
Intim ngoba iqinile.
Ukusebenzisa plastic bottles over and over and over again against it can't. Yakulis.
Yakulis. Ngikho sure ngale.
Yeah, because mele swawash and they must not wash. My infection is what's all like.
The last box, the question has me thinking can plastic actually cause cancer?
Well, lo mbuzo that people have been asking for a while. And I'm trying to see TOMz, so dig it a little bit later on the show. So on our social media platforms and the show.
Okay, see, I guess we'll save that for later. But even then, for now, I want us to go deeper into this world of processed materials. I feel like it needs to go, man.
Well, now you get fun fact in number 15. Now, did you guys know that actually aluminium is one of the most processed metals and that plastic is one of the most processed non-metals?
Wow, yeah, but I actually did not know. But guys, so thanks to TOMz.
Well, there's even more fun things coming your way. I mean, what other cool and totally innovative materials do you think abantu out there have come up with? That's what 10. Check this out.
Not only to keep our fragile packages safe, but to save us from boredom too. Now, what if that a group of engineers have developed aluminium bubble wrap? Now, this metallic bubble wrap absorbs masses of energy, is very lightweight, and is super strong. When I that there is a solid material out there that has a lower density than helium. Now, graphene aerogel holds the title of the world's lightest material. Now, believe it or not, this material is literally lighter than air. Now, this material was created by freeze-drying solutions of carbon nanotubes and graphene to create a sponge-like material. Now, the result is a strong, elastic, and incredibly light material.
I cannot wait to see the various applications those materials can have.
Also, could they be the next plastic?
Well, let's or rather show you why. Up next, we visit Plastics SA, the go-to guys for anything plastic lana Mzansi. Will not only show you how plastic is processed, but also how it is one of the most important materials lana Mzansi. Check this out.
Your fresh boy still on a mission, but fair to topic processing of material. While this figure plastic essay about the plastic good in our society. You and me, let's go on this mission. Welcome to TOMz. So I'm viewers also introduce us.
Okay, yeah, I'm some Konto. I work here at Plastics SA. I'm a technical trainer.
Okay.
We train the whole plastic industry.
So I'm trying to plastic, what exactly is plastic? And
man, plastic is everywhere in our daily lives. And the plastic is from crude oil, from coal also. What they do, they burn this coal at very, very high temperature. And what you get is petrol. And then after that, we want a byproduct. E-gas that was never been used. That gas is called an ethylene. They convert that gas to make a plastic.
Okay, why is plastic so important to society yet?
It's everywhere and it plays a very, very important role from the shelter, the clothing. I think the jackets that you're wearing now.
Plastic.
It's definitely plastic, not leather. Okay, it's fine.
So, kunama myths obvious with plastic. What's the biggest myth in corner which is actually
what is not true is, you see this water bottle, yeah, drinking bottle. Exactly. The thing is, most people think what you want to drink that water, you cannot reuse that bottle again, and that is a myth. Because according to me, agnama stabilizers about it did up. Therefore, there's nothing wrong with that. You can reuse as much as you can. But the myth everyone believes or thinks, so one shoes you cannot reuse it because of this stabilizers that is added on the plastics.
Okay, ba. So sifuna ukuthola process ukuthi plastic kahle yenziwa kanjani. Sifuna ukubona ukuthi baniyenza nifaka kuphi, ichiswa kangakanani and all of that. Ungakhona ukusibonisa le nto.
Yeah. Okay guys, plastics is made from this raw material. And this is HDPE, high density polyethylene. So what happens is, in plastics we have different processes, some plastics, which is injection molding, blow molding, extrusion. Njengamanje siyokhuluma nge-injection molding process. Now, injection molding process isebenza kanje, iqala nge-hopper. This is the hopper. Umsebenzi we-hopper is to hold this raw material. So the raw material yethu sifaka ngapha, and what happens? The material from the hopper, there's what we call a barrel. A barrel in a screw. The purpose of the screw is to melt and to plasticize the material. We set our temperatures. So I set that to plus minus between 190 to 220. But on our feeding zone, where the material goes in, our temperature should be less, because it must not start melting from here. It must just go in, then start melt somewhere where we call that zone a compression zone. Then from there, as the material stands back, we call that the plasticizing. Plasticizing is when the screw collects the material. Then after that, when the material is full, what happens is it injects this thing to the mold. The mold is usually the design of your product. So for now, or for today, the mold that we have will be manufacturing this. So this is our mold. We'll be making this today. Then what happens now? It has pushed in the material. After pushing in, the material now is in the mold. It is cooling now. It is cooling. After cooling, the mold is going to open. As you see now, it opens. After opening, it ejects. After this, our mold is water cooled. Water cooled kunamanzi akula this mold. And after the mold is closed, the plastic went in, then it forms this part. After forming this part, it is cooled by the water. Then after some time, depending on the cycle time, then it will open, then the product comes out.
Now I hope that proves to you guys how big plastic is in Zethu, and it's not the big bad evil product.
Now I have a cool idea, Nebis9. Why don't you guys show us how big plastic is in your life by taking a selfie with whatever plastic product around you? And who knows, we might be showing ifoto yakho
What's bad? To 60 quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
Meet up with the guys at CPT and ubone ukuthi kahle kahle benza kanjani isiqiniseko sokuthi all plastic are of a high standard for you and I. What exactly is BPA, and does it actually cause a cancer? All this and more after the break.
TOMz.
Why we are still entertaining Zanzi one episode at a time.
It's your boy Sia and your girl Ubongi Sipo.
The freshest sci tech show in the land of Mzansi. Teenagers on a mission. Well, you can bless the SABC one Mzansi for sure.
We're in the process of entertaining ourselves about the world of processed materials.
Processed materials. So wonder how some of the different plastic products are actually made, while it's fully about some really cool materials that people are developing.
But believe it or not, there's still much more coming your way.
Ngaphambi kwenkqubo ke umbuzo unikeza umdla kakhulu uyawabuza ubuza whether or not plastic containers used for ukutya as well as drinks can actually cause izinto ezifana nekhensa.
Well, mina ngiyena uchwepheshe nobongakayena uchwepheshe. We cannot give you the answer. Kodwa ke I can assure you ukuthi uchwepheshe bethu can.
Up next, Betnani, we have a company whose sole responsibility is to make sure that the various plastic products that are in the market meet the required standards. So Betnani, they put these things through some of the toughest tests to make sure that they are good enough for you and I.
Your fresh boys still on a mission to touch down Pretoria. While I'm trying to processing of materials, so about CBT, SCSIR, about plastic products. No good to balega and good tina size. I'm a plastic products with TOMz is on a mission, baby. Franz, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thanks.
You good?
Yes, I'm good, thanks.
Welcome to TOMz. So to our viewers at home, can you please introduce yourself and tell us exactly where we are?
Yes, my name is Franz Prinsloo. I'm from Center for Polymer Technology. We test polymers. Now, what is a polymer? Polymers is a wide variety of different synthetic materials, which involves plastics, paints, resins, fibers, composites, epoxies, and the list goes on, really.
Okay, so tell us about the different products of polymer that you test.
Basically, plastic piping, automotive interior and exterior, and that would be your typical bumpers on the outside or the dashboard on the inside. Anything which you see that is plastic, we test it.
And testing them, what do you guys test for?
We test chemical properties on the plastics. We can test physical properties and mechanical properties. We also test ultraviolet properties of the plastics to see if it's stable under UV light.
And why is it important?
Almost every plastic product you see in the industry needs to comply with national and international standards. Let's take a plastic bottle for argument's sake. If that product is made from incorrect polymers, you can get contamination of the plastic into the water, and you don't want that when you're consuming water.
Sure.
Automotive industry, for argument's sake, a bumper needs to withstand a certain force. So if it gets impacted, you don't want it to shatter and break, and then the user of the car could get hurt because an incorrect polymer was used to manufacture it.
Okay, cool. So tell us, what do you use to test these plastics?
We would use a tensile testing machine, or a tensometer, which I call it. It's a machine such as this one.
Okay.
We also use a DSC machine, that's called differential scanning coulometry.
Okay.
We can verify the polymer or plastics melting points. Yes, and the list goes on. There's a big variety of different tests and instruments we use.
So you're going to show us the different machines that you use to test the plastic?
Yes, over here we will use a tensile testing machine to measure the tensile strength of a plastic product.
Okay, so you're testing how strong the plastic is? Yes. Okay.
Now I will tell the computer what to do. I preset the settings.
Okay.
Okay. As you can see, the sample is starting to elongate.
Yeah. So how do you know if it's weak or if it's strong? How far must it go?
There's a property they measure in plastic piping which is called elongation at break.
Okay.
This is to ensure that the plastic piping can withstand certain tensile forces when it is under pressure in ground.
Okay.
If it can't withstand that elongation at break and it breaks and doesn't meet the specifications, then we would typically get breakage.
Oh. There we go. Okay, so we've tested it, so tell me, what's the verdict?
In this case, let's say it was a plastic pipe, which I did the test. It would have been a failure because the elongation at break was not more than 300% of the product's area.
Okay.
You would know if a product conforms or not if you verify the result you got with the stated requirements in your specifications.
Okay.
Maninzi ke amabali yakhoyo about plastic and its health issues. Kodwa ngezinto ezinyane ngezifo ezingeyonyani. Masike bethi nasiyazi ukuba yintoni kanye kanye yenzekayo apha. Most plastic related myths speak of bisphenol A or BPA and another substance known as diphenhydroxylamine. Now, substances which are found in plastic products are rumored to cause cancer. Neither one of these substances have been proven to cause cancer. Into Legleo, though, like with anything else, is that plastic containers are kept clean and free of bacteria. Now, too much heated scrubbing can weaken the structural integrity of a plastic container, create small cracks where bacteria can actually lurk in and grow, and that is where the health issues would be. And hopefully squashes out that myth, man.
But I would like to tell everyone at home to be very, very careful. Wash everything you use properly and make sure it's rinsed properly too.
Don't forget that too much scrubbing can actually cause scratches, which can actually be the perfect breeding ground for bacteria.
Tips that could come in handy for umzansi, and we might share it with umzansi.
Best way I thought we go back in time, go to Fundegabanti, how we started processing materials, get some useful material processing apps, and get some cool advice from today's experts.
TOMz.
I gave a first spoil and we're still edutaining umzansi one episode at a time.
TOMz SABC one Mzansi for sure. Now we've been talking about material processing and how everything that we use has basically been processed.
But I can see you TOMz, you have to the full picture so you're clued up on all the levels.
And on that note, why don't we hop into our time machine, go back in time and find out how this world that we live in came to be?
Now, there's no denying the fact that metals have been at the forefront when it comes to the engineering of materials. From stone to copper to bronze and even the Iron Ages, the processing of metals have played a very big part in how certain civilizations operated. Now, around the 1700s is when the Industrial Revolution took place. Now, this was when the focus shifted from agriculture to more industrial practices. A big problem, though, was powering lama machine lama cool. So because of that, most of the industrial practices were limited to breweries, iron foundries, and mines. Now, one of the more recent big developments has got to be polymer science, which is what gave birth to all these various plastic products and many other synthetic materials. Now, since then, have been working tirelessly to create the next best material.
Mzansi is constantly evolving and generating a brand of a new skilled and talented generation.
And it's up to us to make sure that that generation has all the tools they need to be great.
That's exactly what we try to do. Check out some of the cool apps that we discovered that should come in very handy to some of you.
Check out this material science app. It features various topics that relate to material science, targeted at material science students. Lab Planner features equations and graphs that explain the various topics in detail that will probably come in handy in the world of material science. Another app that will come in handy for students is the Mechanics of Material app. On this app, you will find formulas, equations, and test questions to get you clued up and ready to take over the world of material processing.
You've had your eyes glued onto TOMz as if been giving you nothing but entertainment about the processing of materials.
And now you probably want to know how you can get into this world and start making something cool out of something that might be not so cool.
The fiberglass material that is a combination of plastic reinforced with fine glass fibers and resin. It is lightweight, strong, and used almost yonke indawo. Now, to become a fiberglass worker, you can get an on-the-job training, learnerships, or a diploma. Now, this career does not require you to have done maths or science in high school, but it does need you to be mathematical and attentive to detail.
I have a better club, so take the advice, go out there, or achieve it, just like today's guests have done.
From just to give you more inspiration about
Depending on your interest, you can choose one of the following. There's what we call injection molding. Is based on this machine where we do inject, and there's a blow molding. There's film blown, there's film extrusion, there's pipe extrusion, and there's also rotational molding. Now there's a wide range of career that you can choose, depending maybe on your interest. And we also do the quality. We also train on quality if you also want to pursue your career on quality field.
If you want a career in plastics or polymers, you need to have good grades in science and mathematics. There's a wide variety of different career options you can go into when you study polymer technology or polymer science. It not necessarily has to be testing of plastic products. It can also be manufacturing of plastic products. Why would you go into that field? Look around you. Everything you see is basically polymers. The clothing you are wearing, the shoes on your feet, the belts around your waist. All of that is pre-engineered, scientifically manufactured products.
Oh yebo, yes bafethu sifike ma social sessions wethu la sikhuluma nalo lapha ekhaya ku Facebook na ku Twitter. Namhlanje siphethe ba.
Ku Facebook benanga lokhu nizawukhumbula uba sabuza ba wena ungathanda uya kweyiphi date neyiphi na intoni ipresenter. Ubhaleke upaseka wathi awe TOMz, hello. Wathi I want to meet that girl who's a presenter apha. Thi mlowo oh ayibethi nani ke ndiyabulela mani paseka and yazi into mhlawumbe sobudibana very soon.
Kwazibani owesibili ke uthi I would love to have a date with her because she is the best presenter on my mind right now. What? Uyayizwa lethu?
Hayi kaloku uyayazi bethu abelani ndiyabulela bethu ndiyabulela.
Manje bebe funa uyifanele na wenze njani?
Hayi kaloku sikhona ku Facebook bethu TOMz, ku Twitter @TOMz_SABC_1 as well as Instagram @TOMzTV_SABC1. With that said, kuphelile kaloku apha kwa social sessions.
Bye. Exciting news, TOMz fans! This season, SABC launched with the TOMz t-shirt design competition.
Competition? Did you see I just say competition? Now what you must do is you must design a super cool image. And the image must have something to do with science and technology. Science, technology, TOMz, yes? Yeah. Then what you do is you upload it, or rather you share it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, but it's my favorite now. The picture that gets most likes on our Facebook page here. It's also printed on the TOMz t-shirt.
Not only with Facebook, yeah, but with Twitter as well. When you can comment, then who knows, we might be delivering a t-shirt here.
And just like that, let's figure my picture to
really sad because
that is right, because your favorite science and tech show can be found on Facebook @TOMz, Twitter TOMz_SABC1, and even on Instagram @TOMzTV_SABC1.
But for now, citizen, for another fresh episode.
See you next time.
Next time on TOMz.
Intoni kanye bethunani icancer sifumana inkcukacha esurvey uba icancer lena isebenza njani emzimbeni right down at the cellular level.
We visit a career research facility right here in Mzansi that is making a big difference in finding ways of treating the disease. Ekuthiwa yini iThemba Lab.
We find out from ingcaphephe zethu ecancer uba maintain a healthy lifestyle wenza njani bethunani to reduce the risk of cancer.
And we check out some amazing great online content that will help us live healthier lives in cyberspace.
Ungaphosa wena ke nguTOMz rhoqo ngemivulo nangoLwesibini ngensimbi yesine ngqo enhloko apha ke SABC1 Mzansi for sure.